Hello Leos, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading, whoever you're thinking about. That is who this reading is intended to be about. And everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that is in the description box below for you. Alright Leos, while we get your cards ready, I do want to let you know that I have a special going for you. It is a 30-minute Zoom reading for $50, and everything that you need to know is posted on the community page for you, or my email is in the description box below. Alright Leo, let's take a look at the person on your mind and their current energies towards you. Alright Leo, we have the Knight of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Hierophant, the Page of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Two of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. I also see here at the bottom of the deck, you see the Knight of Swords right after this, the Ten of Cups. I'm going to cover it up, but we see the Lovers and the Justice. All right, Leos. I feel like somebody is feeling an urge to express something to you with that Knight of Swords, but they're a little indecisive of whether, I don't know if this is like whether they should or not, or there's definitely something holding them back here from doing that. And I do feel like the intention in that is, I do feel like there's something this person is wanting to tell you the truth on, or make right with you. They could want to apologize or make something right. There could be a truth that they want to express to you. And I do feel that Knight of Swords, that they feel an urgency to do that. But there's definitely something causing them to hold back or to question it. So let's get into the rest of the reading and see what comes up for you. I see the Knight of Wands in the area of how they are kind of viewing the connection at this time. I feel like somebody is recognizing that, I'm getting a couple different things from that, to be honest. Somebody could be recognizing where they have had some, hot and cold, in and out, inconsistent behaviors. For some of you, it could be, not wanting to settle down and that kind of stuff too. Just take it how it applies for your situation. But I do feel like they're seeing the effect that has had on the connection. We'll say it like that. For some of you, you could still be dealing with this person, but for a lot of you, I feel like you're already in a separation from them, is kind of how this is feeling. And I think it's because of that energy, right? Especially with the Five of Wands as their feelings, this person does feel like there has been a lot of conflict and, and or drama, a lot of challenges here. And I feel like they're viewing that Knight of Wands energy that they had been in as the culprit for that, as the reason why there has been a lot of challenges, why things are kind of the way they are between the two of you at this time. They are seeing that it's been their energy here. I also feel like they know that just because they're seeing that here doesn't mean that it takes away that challenge. There is new challenges that have been kind of created from that challenge, right? It's not just the inconsistent energy. Even if they were to change that behavior right now, it wouldn't fix everything, because there has been, I'm going to call it damage, just for lack of a better word that I can think of at the moment. There's been consequences for that. There's been damage that has been done to the connection, to the trust, from those actions and behaviors. We have the Hierophant here for this person's intentions. I do like this a lot because, one, I definitely feel like somebody has the intention to really learn the lesson. That's what the Hierophant is all about at the end of the day. And it's also, really committed to doing the right thing. Really wanting to come in and be committed to you, committed to doing things the right way, doing right by you, especially with that Justice card energy showing up at the bottom of the deck too. But it's also like, I didn't learn the lesson in the past, and you can see that here with the Page of Pentacles as the challenge. I feel like somebody did not learn the lesson. For some of you guys, I kind of feel like this could be not the first time that you have dealt with whatever this issue is specifically between the two of you. This is not the first time that you have dealt with that, right? Maybe this is not the first time that you've been in separation. But I do feel that for some of you, in your mind, you could be looking at it like, okay, well, this wasn't the first time, but it's going to be the last time. Some of you could be in that energy where you're just not willing to continue to experience what you've experienced with this person up to this point. And now somebody has seen their actions, their choices, their behaviors, the effect that it has had. They see where you're at with things now, the dynamic between the two of you. And they realize that, in the past I didn't really learn the lesson, but now I am. Now I intend to really learn the lesson this time. I intend to, commit to doing right by you, to doing things the right way, to commit to you. So especially if commitment has been an issue. But now I feel like the Page of Pentacles, I do feel like it is that there's some kind of lesson that needed to be learned. But I also feel here that somebody is kind of wanting to come in and do things the right way, but it's showing up as a challenge because it could be one of those things where they're finally ready, but maybe a little too late, for a lack of a better phrase for that. And it could be also indicating sometimes the pages can be the messengers of the tarot. So for some of you, you could be out of communication with this person, or you may not want to, or be open to hearing a message from this person. So communication itself could be a challenge or an obstacle here. We have the Five of Cups for their next actions and behaviors towards you. The Five of Cups indicates to me that this person, as far as actions and behaviors go, that someone's really sitting in this energy of feeling very, very regretful. They could definitely feel like they were prioritizing the wrong things here. And you can see that here, this person has this Two of Cups, this awesome connection, but they were too busy focusing on other things to even really realize what they had right in front of them. So definitely could talk about taking things for granted as well. And this person could realize now that they did take you for granted, that they didn't treat you the way that they should have treated you when they had the opportunity to, when you were right there in front of them. And I do feel like somebody now could just be sitting in that energy where they're feeling very, regretful. Somebody could be wanting to express that to you, to try to make something right with you. But like I said, for some of you, it just could feel like too little too late. Some of you, it could also just be that you're not fully sure if you can trust it. And that could be where this Lover's energy comes in. On the Lover's card here, the Lovers does talk about feeling a very strong connection and bond with a person, and I feel like you do. But, the Lovers also has a big mountain in between the two of them, and it says that there's a lot of challenges and obstacles. It's not something that's going to be easy to just get past. And the Lovers does represent needing to make a decision, so you could have a decision to make coming up in regards to this connection. Some of you may feel very indecisive, and I feel like you still feel a very strong bond with this person. I just feel like you're not sure if you can trust it, and you just don't want to keep going through the same things. You have the Six of Cups as the potential outcome. To me, this feels like just a lot of reflecting on the past. You could get some kind of gift. This could be like maybe somebody sends you flowers, or with an apology, or they could write you a very sweet or heartfelt message. Like I feel like there is something here, some kind of sweet effort being put in with that Six of Cups for some of you, as kind of like an apology or a gesture here. But I also feel like this represents both of you really reflecting on the past. I do want to clarify this. Because I feel like that's a little different for both of you. For this person, I feel like they're really focusing on, yes, maybe some of the challenges and the obstacles, focusing on some of their behavior and where that has led. But I also feel like for them, it's mostly them focusing on, the very positive, the good qualities. But for you here, not that you're not doing some of that, but I also feel like it's very hard for you to forget all of the difficulties. We'll put it like that. Tell me about this Six of Cups energy. We have the Devil. So yeah, I mean, you still feel a very strong attachment to this person, but I feel like you also, there's a lot of fear here about going back to a negative space, like, going back to the way things were in a negative context between the two of you. I see the Tower. For a lot of you, I'm going to be honest, for a lot of you, I think that I feel like a lot of you are allowing the Tower to fall. I feel like you're not trying to hold it up brick by brick. I feel like you're not trying to put it back together. I think for some of you, you're just not willing to take the chance again. Now, you guys are not bound by any outcome, right? And this is a general reading, so you definitely can reconnect with this person if you want to. Just because this looks like for some of you, you may not want to, doesn't mean you can't. So just keep that in mind. I see the King of Wands under that, though. I do feel like somebody will continue to try to actively pursue you, though, regardless, Leo, just so you know. But that is what I have for you guys. I do hope that it helps. The signs I'm seeing here, I see Gemini, Libra, I see Sagittarius, Leo, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Scorpio. Got a lot of Scorpio. I do see Aries here with that Tower as well. That's Aries and Scorpio. But and Aries, Leo, Sag with the King of Wands. But that's what I have for you. I do hope that it helps, and everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, you can just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time.